have this whole section just of different varieties of, is it all basmati rice?
Not all basmati rice. There's actually many different varieties here.
Okay. What would you say is the predominant variety here?
Basmati, obviously.
Basmati,
Yeah,
right?
basmati is the predominant Indian variety.
About how many brands of basmati rice do you have here?
I don't know myself. I'd have to give it a go and count them, but well over 30, 40 brands.
Oh my goodness.
We actually have our own brand as well, which we're currently sold out of.
Right.
So many brands. So.
Well, you know, I'm Indian and I've grown up eating basmati rice all my life. And when I go to an Indian supermarket and I see this many varieties, different types of packaging of basmati rice, even I get overwhelmed. So probably looking for a little bit of help from you as to what type of basmati rice to buy.
Honestly, there's different price points in basmati rice. The more expensive ones are aged longer.
Okay, so it's like wine.
It's just like wine. I was just about to say basmati rice is just like wine. The older, the better.
Okay.
I mean, if you can have basmati rice that are 50 years old, I mean, lucky you. You're not going to find any.
Does it have a long shelf life
Very
of
long.
years and years?
Very long. Basmati rice, as long as it stays dry, so you could have it in a cold, in a cupboard or in a Ziploc bag. As long as it's shut and it's in a cool place, it'll last very long time.
So there you go. You can buy a 10-kilogram bag of basmati rice and have it stored in your kitchen for years without it going bad.
Yeah. So each the older rices actually they say aged on it, and a lot of them mention the years that it's been aged as well, right? So that's your price point. The cheaper ones, I mean, you can buy basmati rice in our store for $6 for 8-pound bag, which is next to, it's very reasonable for that amount of quantity, but that's a new crop, right? And that's why it's not going to cook the same way like a aged basmati would cook.
Right. Now, a couple of the significant qualities of basmati rice are the long grain, right?
Yes.
As well as the aroma.
Yes.
So is longer the grain the better quality?
Not necessarily, because there's a lot of the fragrance comes from a variety of basmati rice that's called traditional. There's a few brands that we have like Lal Killa. So there's this bag right here.
Okay.
So it says Lal Killa. It says traditional basmati.
Okay.
So this is a rice that will not cook as long as what you may find in an Indian restaurant. But you'll get the aroma, you'll get the fragrance that a basmati rice originates with, that you think of when you think of basmati. But an Indian restaurant would generally cook a Sela basmati, which is Sela, golden Sela, which I don't have in front of me at the moment, but we have lots on this side here.
Okay, maybe we can actually have a look at a bag of
Sela, and that
Sela, that's S-E-L-L-A?
S-E-L-L-A.
Okay.
That'll cook. It's also basmati rice, but it's a different class, so it'll cook a little bit longer. But you may not get that fragrance that you do out of a traditional basmati.
So when you say cook a little bit longer, it requires longer cooking time?
No. I mean the size actually. Each grain size.
The grain size
is actually cooks longer than the traditional basmati.
I see.
But you don't get the same fragrance that you would expect out of a basmati rice.
Out of a traditional
basmati rice.
Okay.
Right?
And then the other quality of basmati rice is that when it cooks, the grains stay separated. They're not starchy. It's a lower starch rice. Lower glycemic index as well.
That's correct. Yeah. Generally, Indian rices they don't want it to stick. So Chinese or Thai rices are jasmine rice.
Yeah.
Right. So Thai use jasmine rice. That's predominantly what they use, and they want it to be stickier. Right. That's just the way they like their texture.
Right.
Indians in general want it separated. Sticky rice to them is a pot gone bad.
Right. And what about where basmati rice is grown? Does all of it come from India?
Basmati, yes. Basmati, the only place it's grown is in India. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's all all over India, so all
And
parts.
when some of the packaging I read Himalayan basmati rice, does that mean it's grown in the foothills of the Himalayas? Or is that just marketing?
That may be marketing. That may be marketing. I said India earlier. Pakistan actually
Oh,
grows.
Pakistan, that's
so that
right.
that region in general grows
Right.
basmati, but Pakistani basmati are still different than Indian basmati. They cook a little bit different, and they're a little bit shorter, right?
I see.
Himalayan, no, that may just be a brand.
Okay.
But there's many different types of basmati. There's another one here. So this is actually
This
for,
says diabetes and obesity for
So-
managing that.
Yeah, so what this is processed differently than a regular basmati. It's actually has a lower starch content than a standard basmati rice would.
see.
But the cooking is a little bit different. So it cooks, taste-wise, you won't be able to notice much of a taste difference. But cooking-wise, you'll notice a little bit of difference if you're used to cooking basmati rice. It may take longer to cook. It'll cook longer than a traditional
The length of the grain.
right, so the same
Yeah.
brand I showed you, traditional rice, which is Lal Killa. This is by Lal Killa, but you won't get that fragrance, and it'll be longer grained rice than the original Lal Killa.
Right.
So yeah, so this is also a popular one for us. Then there's the same company does brown basmati as well.
Right. So what is the difference? Some people may not know the difference between white and brown rice. What is the difference?
It's not processed, so it still has the husk on it, and it's not bleached.
I see. So brown rice,
Yes,
or should I say white rice, is really naked brown rice.
pretty much.
Yeah?
In a nutshell.
Okay.
In a nutshell. So that's why they cook quicker, is
Right.
because they've lost that shell and then processed further.
I see.
And they've been bleached, right? So a brown rice will take almost twice as long as a traditional.
Right. So
White.
it has higher fiber content and
Much higher,
higher
yeah.
nutrient.
That's correct.
It's more nutrient dense.
It's healthier for you.
It's healthier
Yeah.
for those reasons.
How many Indian families use brown rice? Probably not that many, though.
They like the long grain white.
Yeah. Another quality of rice that we have right in front of us, and this is a specialty variety. I mean, this is Idli rice. So
Idli,
yeah.
right,
So this
okay.
is South Indian.
Right.
So for your students, this is what you find in a South Indian dosa restaurant.
Masala dosa.
Masala dosa. So you'll
Right.
find white idlis, which are white and they're round. So this is the particular
It's
rice.
a starchier rice, I would imagine.
That's correct, and this is the one. It doesn't really cook like rice idli does,
Right.
as you know. So this actually forms up almost like a Chinese
into a
rice.
ball,
Yeah.
sort of.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I'm to buy rice today, I would like good quality rice that I'd like to buy today. Which one would you recommend for me today?
My own brand, but I'm sold out.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no, they were really popular.
Were they aged?
They were, and the price point was very reasonable. We were introducing at $9.99. And
Can I get a rain check?
You can. Yeah, we did very well with them. We didn't expect to do for them to take off so quickly. Another shipment on the way. But what I told you earlier was I showed you Lal Killa.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the oldest and one of the most reputable companies in India.
Okay.
They've been around for ages. The same company you can buy in India.
And I see that this is aged for 2 years.
Yes,
Right.
yes. So it's aged, and this is from Amritsar.
And just so our students get an idea of price, how much would I pay for a good quality? This is 10-pound bag,
This is a 10-pound
10
bag. Yes.
or 4 kilograms, I guess.
No, 10 pounds. This is 10 pounds.
10 pounds,
Yeah.
Approximately 4 kilograms.
Yeah, a little
right?
bit over 4, yes.
Yeah. How much would we pay for that?
Good rice, good basmati rice, you'll generally end up paying anywhere from $15 to $18 range.
For a 10-pound bag?
For, 4 kg 10-pound bag. That's pretty much the range for a good basmati. On the lower end, you could, like I told you earlier,
You
you
get
could
it for $6.
$6 you can
Right.
pick up basmati rice, right?
So for our students, it's
Yeah.
worthwhile if you enjoy eating rice. It's worthwhile going to an Indian supermarket for the price that you can get good quality basmati rice for compared to paying for it elsewhere.
Most definitely, and it's rice in general, it's popular in India because it's so economical.
Right.
Even if you think about it, $17 rice, if you spend $17, that bag will last you
Oh, months.
months. Right? So it's the cheapest meal that you're going to have, for sure.
Thank you very much. That's very educational.
Yeah, no worries, anytime.